Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. I hope you're enjoying this spring-like weather. I'm not quite beach body ready, as you may have seen, but I'm working on it, honestly. But somebody that is beach body ready and is really enjoying the sun is Mark, that works in the warehouse. This is him having lunch today. So as you can see, he was at the main door. We've got the door open in the warehouse, that's how warm it is, and he was treating himself to lunch with his tablecloth and his flowers and his cactus and everything. I think he was really enjoying it. I think he's missing the Spanish sun. He's from Catalonia, and yeah, I think he really enjoyed his alfresco lunch. So Mark, I hope you did. Right, now I just wanted to say a big thank you to Natalie for coming in last week. Natalie Saunders and filming BMTV last week. It was the first time on BMTV, and I have to say, Natalie, you did an awesome job. We did it all in one take, which was stunning. So Natalie, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you. I really enjoyed finding out a little bit more about you and the huge work that you've done. And Natalie showed us how to do, if you've not seen last week's BMTV, showed us how to do something with cubes, balloons with a Z. And Natalie also talked to us about her training course that she's doing with Mike Hurst from Reds, who's obviously a regular on BMTV. That is on the 19th of March, and that is focusing on the use of lights in your balloon pieces. So it was interesting talking to Mike a few weeks ago, and he was saying generally he would charge 3 times for something with lights in that he would normally charge for that same piece without lights in, which I thought was amazing. So it's the 19th of March, it's down here at Balloon Market. We'll put a link down below and you can find out more about that. Right, I've got a few things I want to talk about this week. The first one, slightly contentious, and it is Amscan putting products into Morrisons. Now, I've been on the Facebook pages, Nabas, Bapia, Balloon Friends, etc., and see people saying that, oh no, Morrisons are selling balloons, this is really bad, why are Amscan allowing this, why are they doing it? So, first of all, I'm going to play devil's advocate slightly. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it, but imagine you are the person at the top of Amscan and you need to make sales. We're all in business. You need to sell. And then you've got one customer that could potentially be worth millions a year. 2, 3, 4 million, I don't know what the figures are, but huge numbers. Or you've got 1,000 customers that are placing orders for hundreds of pounds a year, possibly thousands. What do you do? And so that is, I guess, they've decided their strategy. One thing I would say is that their strategy is their strategy, and there's nothing you or I can do about it. So to complain or be upset about it is really just literally, in the literal sense, a waste of your time. I've always believed that worrying about anything that you cannot change is a complete waste of time. In fact, worrying about things that you can change isn't much better, but you can't change it. So yes, people do get upset when they start to do it. And I think a lot of people think they're in the same business. They're selling the same product. And you might sell an individual foil balloon, but if selling individual foil balloons at £3, £4 is the basis on which your business is built, then it's probably got to change, because that's not really sustainable. When then you are actually competing with the likes of the supermarkets, card factories, etc. So you need to do something different. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're not the same customers. Somebody going in to buy their dinner, their bottle of wine, their deodorant, whatever it is they're buying, and picking up a balloon while they're there, they're not the same person that is going to spend £300 on a 50th birthday party for somebody. Two different, they might be the same person, but at that time and at that time, they're two different people. So don't try and compete with them. So that's what I believe. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I think it might help raise awareness of balloons in general. And then if people think they fancy something a bit more special, then they go and look somewhere else. But there was somebody, a lady called Alison Galley, back in July, I think it was last year, put something on Facebook, and it was really refreshing. It was on the Nabas Facebook page. And I just let me say, I can understand if people are if you do get upset when Morrisons do start to put balloons in and it's near you. I can completely understand it, and you might have even been buying from Amscan or buying Amscan products for years, and you might seem a little bit betrayed. So I do completely understand it from your point of view. But Alison, if you focus on something that's negative, it's not going to make you any happier. So you can't change anything about it. So don't do that, would be my recommendation. But Alison, back in July, really refreshing post. I think I commented on it at the time. I've seen some people complaining about the new party shops at Morrisons, and my local Morrisons now has this facility and it doesn't bother me at all. They contacted me on Monday as they wanted 2 columns and a letter arch above which they couldn't do. So Alison from Celebration Balloons and Event Decor, by the way, she then went on to talk to the managers and worked something out that she was able to say to them, listen, if people ask you for other things, and they will, can you point them in my direction? And I just thought that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And I think rather than looking at them as a competitor, look at them as a sales channel. So people will go in there with Instagram, Pinterest saying, can you do me one of these? And it'll be a bubble balloon with feathers in it, or a confetti balloon, or it will be a column, or it'll be an arch or a letter arch like Alison did. It'll be things that they don't do. So if you manage to get in there, talk to the manager, ideally if you can, keep it concise because they're very busy people, keep it concise and say, listen, offer an extra service to your customers that if it's something you don't offer and they're asking for this or that, then you just give them one of my flyers. So you're actually adding value to the service that you're offering to people in your store. And you might, as I say, it becomes a sales channel. Now, I'd say any relationship like that would probably need nurturing. I think if you were to go in there once and say, here's some flyers, that's it, then you're not going to get very much. The main reason being, having worked in supermarkets myself, is a bunch of flyers, where do they go? Let's put them in this cupboard over here. Somebody that isn't there when those flyers came in ends up selling balloons to somebody. The person that picked those flyers up when you went in, they leave, it all changes. So there would be some maintenance of that relationship that would be required. You could even say to them though, listen, if you've got anything going on, you want an arch, I can do it for you at a really good price. Or if you want some columns because you've got a new sale or something, then I can do those at a really good price. Actually, what you could do is say to them, can I have a column here? They might not allow you because every square foot of space is valuable in a supermarket. But say, can I put a column here and I'll change it every week for what it costs you? Because people will come in and say, can I have one of those? And they'll just say, no, but here's a flyer. It might be worthwhile. I don't know if any of this would work, but I'd be really interested to find out. But it's worth a go. I thought Alison was talking there about, had she already had that conversation, somebody was asking about a gender reveal balloon before she'd had that conversation with them. So try and look at it positively, try and see if you can forge those relationships, and imagine you can do that. And then you go into Card Factory and you do the same, and then you go into somewhere else and you do the same. You could actually have these retailers that you might have seen as your competitors before, now as potential sales channels. So Alison, well done. I thought it was such a positive post as well. I really, really liked reading it back there in July. And I think it just popped up again because somebody might have commented on it again and it just reminded me. So yes, Morrisons, if you agree or disagree with it, it doesn't really matter, but there is some potential business to be had there. Now, the other thing, if you are relatively new to the industry, that kind of relates to what we've just been talking about, is pricing. Now, pricing, I'm seeing that on the Facebook groups a lot. What would you charge for this? What would you charge for that? What do you charge for a bubble balloon with feathers in, etc.? I see quite a lot of that, which is fair enough. Closed Facebook groups, find out from people in the industry what they charge. Just be careful, because you need to charge the right amount to cover your cost and make some money. That's what it's all about. So we talked about this on BMTV a couple of years ago. You might not have been watching BMTV a couple of years ago, but I had Mark from Qualitex down and he talked to us about pricing, and he showed this, the Qualitex job cost form. Personally, I struggled to understand it. So what I did, I went away, played about with a spreadsheet and came up with our interactive pricing tool, which is available on that link down below. So you can watch the show. If you are struggling with pricing, if you are new to the industry, it makes no difference if you're in the UK, if you're in the US, if you're in Australia, if you're anywhere else in the world, the same applies. Just put the numbers in there into the spreadsheet, the numbers that you know, and then it gives you the number you should charge. And you can tweak it, so you can value your time at £10 an hour or £100 an hour or £500 an hour. Put that in there and that will tell you what you should charge. But it's a really useful tool. But pricing is a really, really important thing to get right. Right, now let's talk about some products. We've got quite a lot coming up, haven't we, in the next few weeks? So the 17th of March, obviously, is St. Patrick's Day, and I don't have much space here. So I've brought my one token bag of St. Patrick's Day balloons up. So there it is. But if you go to balloonmarket.co.uk, there's a banner that says St. Patrick's Day. Click on that and you will see all the other things that we have. And then on the 31st of March, we have Mother's Day as well. So Mother's Day, normally very, very popular day. So I've brought a few more balloons up for there. The first one over here is from Oak Tree. That is made in the UK. For those of you that might not be aware, Oak Tree, UK-based manufacturer. You can tell it's made in the UK because it's got the little Union Jack on it. So got that Mother's Day balloon. And then the one next to it is the anagram balloon. It's a cactus. So it's very on trend. I have to say, I'm loving the new anagram packaging. It's just very clean, it's very sharp, it just looks professional, it looks good, and if it's on your slat wall, it's going to look good and attractive to people, and that's what you want it to be. Above that, we have the Mama Bear one from Botanic, that's glitter holographic, and then we've got the bubble balloon from Qualitex, that's the globe, which you might think, why have you got that? Well, a lot of people in this day of personalization with their silhouette cameos, they will say something that they'll personalize those balloons and say, you're out of this world, you're the best mum in the world, and messages like that. So that is why they become popular at this time of year. And then, of course, we've got some Qualitex clear latex that says Happy Mother's Day. The great thing about clear latex is you can double stuff them and put other colors in there and make it whatever color you want. Now, talking of colors, Mother's Day and Easter as well, that I'm going to talk about in a minute, pastel colors are very, very popular. And over here, we have some pastel colors. These solid ones are the Grabo ones that you would have seen if you watched the Spring Fair show. And I have to say, these are lovely. They're matte, but they're not as matte as the Satin Luxe from Anagram. So, but they're not as shiny as normal shiny balloons. But the finish is great. I'm really, really impressed with them. But you can see there's other balloons in here. These aren't from Grabo, these are from Party Deco. And the reason I put them together is to demonstrate that you can put different manufacturers together, you can mix, you can match, and it just has a great effect. So yes, pastel colors are very good. Oh, the other pastel thing, I've really put this up to show you the packaging, but this is pastel-y little garland, and the packaging is right here. I'll come back and talk a little bit more about the packaging. It's from Party Deco, but isn't that sophisticated looking? I think it's lovely. I think it's a really nice package. So I'll come back to that. Anyway, the last thing is Easter, which is the 21st of April. And these fellas over here, we sold a lot of these last year. So we've ordered a lot more in this year. I think they're so popular because it's a head, so you can make a body out of latex. It can have arms, you can just make it a column, you can make whatever you like. I think we did a BMTV with Mark on what to do with columns and do different things. And it's fantastic. So we've got a lot of those. However, because it was so popular last year, we've extended the range of bunny heads. So we've got a couple there from CTI. If you watched once again the Spring Fair BMTV that we did, I went to the CTI stand, talked to Nikki from CTI, and she showed us the bunny balloon there. A couple from Botanic as well that are slightly different. An Anagram, once again doing something slightly different. They've got a lamb and they've got a chick, again in that really awesome packaging. Now back to the packaging over here. Party Deco, I think their packaging is sophisticated and it just looks clean, it looks sharp, it's really, really nice, but it's the sophistication of it that I think makes a difference. So if you've got a retail shop and you take a section of wall or a whole wall and put this, not necessarily Party Deco, but this style, this sophisticated style on there, it changes the feel of your shop. I've seen it done. It changes the feel of your shop altogether, and it just makes it even, I think it adds class. The way these packages are designed, it's really, really classy. And then over here, we have the packaging from Party Deco for these foil balloons that you see here. Now you may notice that is considerably smaller than the normal packaging that you get foil balloons in these days. I'd say that's probably about 20% smaller maybe. which is great in this day and age of awareness of the environment and trying to reduce rubbish. That is good. But of course, the added benefit is it's smaller, so you can get more on your slat wall, which is great. So get more for your money there. Right, now, over here, a pound sign. The pound sign has been asked for many, many years. Grabo have produced the pound sign. So this is one of the 26-inch balloons, the 26-inch pound signs. They come in all these colours. So we've got the gold there, and then you've got the pink, the blue, the rose gold, and the silver. 26 inches, float with helium. There's not masses of lift with that, but it's enough. It'll last, I'm guessing, we've just inflated it a few hours ago. I'm guessing that will still be floating in a few days. But the pound sign, really, that will obviously go with the 26-inch numbers as well. But there's also the 40-inch pound signs in gold and in silver, and also the euro sign in gold and silver as well. They're both 40-inch, the pound and the euro. So Grabo balloons, we have been really impressed with them. I know I've said it before, really impressed with them, really impressed with the quality of them, the lack of failure. They're really good. Now, if you watched Spring Fair show, again, you would have seen me on the Grabo stand. You would have seen the big giant numbers that are 64 inches. Now, it was at the NEC. You've got a roof that's 40 feet up in the air or something like that. The stand was quite spacious. It wasn't crowded. So it was a big balloon. Oh, yeah, that's a big balloon. But you didn't really get the impact of it. So we've inflated one. It's right here. This is what they look like in the flesh. So this is obviously number 3, 64 inches. I think that's the uninflated size. I do know when Rachel took it out of the packet, it was taller than she is, and she's 5'6". So if I put this all the way down to the floor, I'd say that's at least 4 feet. Not got the tape measure, but that's probably around the 4 feet mark. So it's huge. And the great thing about these, they come in 2 pieces. You fill this one with helium and you fill that one with air, but it still floats. So this is the amount of helium that you'd put normally in a 40-inch size number, but it's filling something that's much, much bigger. So yeah, really, really impressive. The phrase that Rachel used is "go large or go home," and I think that's absolutely true in this case. But you can air fill them both if you wanted to, if you're going to stick them on a wall or something, and of course you can helium fill them both if you prefer to do that. Right, people are asking us what's going to happen with Brexit. I have no idea. Nobody really knows what's going to happen with Brexit. This morning on the day of filming, Jeremy Corbyn was looking for another referendum. People are saying extend Article 50. Nobody knows. It's all going to be crazy, but it'll all turn out okay in the end. But yes, people are asking us. I don't really know. From our European customers' point of view, if you order from us, it means that there's probably going to be some customs charges. So depending where you read, it's between 3 and 7%. It might be more, it might be less. So you might have to increase your prices a little bit to allow that for that. However, we also buy from some companies in Europe, so that means we're going to probably have to pay charges, which means some of our prices might go up. Nobody really knows, but that's all the other bits behind the scenes. We're dealing with, all the paperwork that would have to be sent if we are shipping outside of Europe, as we do when we're shipping outside of Europe now. Will all have to be completed when we are shipping to Europe, so it's the same sort of paperwork. So it's, but you don't have to worry about any of that. That's just all the stuff we're doing behind the scenes. So that is it from me this week. The question of the week is going to be, what have you done when Morrisons or another retailer like that has started selling balloons? Leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. See you next time. Bye-bye.